Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on yet another edition of Conversations. My name is Deva Mom, and we'll be talking hygiene. But this time we're talking about male hygiene. I'm not alone. I have a number of people with me in the studios who will be sharing their views with us and possibly also sharing tips on what to do to stay clean and smell good. From my left,
Rita, welcome to the show.
and extreme right.
Chi, welcome.
Chukwumoaga, thank you.
And me, Dr. Brima in the house.
So it promises to be a healthy and robust conversation.
Yes, it is.
I am hoping that you'll stay with us for maybe at least another 50 minutes or so, because it's going to be worth your time. We'll see you right after this time out.
When there's a child out there that's not getting the same that your own child is getting, the difference will tell, and there will come a time in the society where that child is going to take its pound of flesh.
Where you can actually, everything from watching a program with the child, you can start up the conversation from something on the TV and say, oh, you know.
For me, it's like, hurry up with this business. And the other one said, Auntie, it's not about me, it's about the guys. They're not ready to marry.
Yes.
If she wants to ask something, no, I know my mother very well. In fact, the most interesting one is when I put up pictures on WhatsApp, you know, Snapchat filters and all that, she will call me, remove that picture. There was a day I got tired of all that and I said,
Welcome back. We're talking hygiene for men. Essentially, how to stay clean, how to smell good, how to look good, and things that you should possibly avoid. First of all, how many of us love men that keep long nails?
Not me.
It's an open
Secret.
to the ladies, please.
It's an open secret, we don't.
Not me.
Rita
No.
doesn't, I don't, you don't.
Don't fancy it.
Yeah, but I see men with claws all over the place. What's going on?
And Chukuma is displaying
Chooks is
his.
clean.
He's
Can I see the other
he's
one?
not guilty.
Because sometimes they
he's
keep
a
just
mature
one.
person.
The others are short, but one is long. Someone told me that they keep that long one, especially the pinky, to clean their ears and to scratch.
Oh.
Okay, that sounds nasty. I mean,
Please,
like,
let's not kill the man, please.
that's not what?
Let's not kill the man.
Itch.
See, I have seen men, some keep all 5, really long, most times dirty, especially teenagers. I don't know what's up. So, if there are any men listening, you just heard from 4 women of different ages. It's not sweet. It's not nice. We don't like it. We don't know who you're doing it for. If you're doing it for the ladies, it's not working. Let it go.
Maybe we should ask the man why they do it. Who does
He doesn't.
He doesn't keep, so he doesn't know.
I can reason like one of them. Why do they do this?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe I'm not looking at it from the other perspective. They may be members of the LGBTQ community.
So,
And you know, let me tell you a secret, or maybe it's not a secret.
LGBT.
Members from the LGBTQ community are one of the neatest people in the world. They are so neat, it's obsessive. They have taken neatness, hygiene to the next level.
yeah, but what does that
They
have to
can
do
have
with
a bath.
keeping long nails as a man, though?
It's part of the attraction. A man who is gay, his fellow gay lover, loves all that because you know they have these feminine tendencies.
Yeah, but when they're
so
dirty,
they have their.
what happens?
Oh, these men don't. Their nails are not dirty. So the dirty ones put you off, but these men, they are well pedicured, manicured.
But then
they
you're
just
talking
smell
about
good.
she-men.
No. These are not she-men. No. These are not. They are not even cross-dressers. They are proudly homosexuals, and they keep it. They manscape. Oh, we'll get to it.
Okay, so well, that's one perspective.
We'll get to it.
So we're talking about those who want to scrape things out of their ears. We're talking about those who want to, you know, who feel that it's an attraction thing. Then, of course, there's the low waist.
Yes.
which I can't stand either.
Yes.
What's the sagging?
The sagging.
Yeah, the sagging, you know, the sagging
And they
of the
sag their
jeans,
pants,
you know.
yes.
And the other, I made an observation that it's always the dude with the dirty boxers that wants to
sag.
sag.
Whoops. Guys, where are you guys?
That's
The boxers
below the
that he's been
belt.
wearing for 1 year.
Literally.
He's
You're
been wearing it
sagging
for
and
1
that
year.
is below the belt.
Bros.
I don't get it.
You sag it, you can't walk, you're shuffling like this.
It's
What is that?
fad. It's a
What-
fad.
What is that?
Today,
And do you know where they pick it
I
up
wish I had another guy here.
Yeah.
too,
They
because
pick
the
it
name-
up from
Yes, it's okay,
music
man.
videos.
But
Without really knowing the history behind it.
Well,
How it
Thank
started.
you. There's a history to that thing.
Yeah.
It's not even a
There is.
positive
Uh-uh.
one.
it's not very negative.
It's not.
Yeah.
Very negative.
Okay, okay, but now talking about male hygiene. One, it's important
Terribly, terribly.
that as a man, you should smell good.
Yes,
Because me, I should smell good.
yes,
I need to walk by and you ask who passed on a
Exactly.
positive note,
yes.
not on the negative note. But some guys are not bothered about it. And fortunately for me, I don't sweat so much. So I'm on the fortunate part. If you're a guy and you know you sweat so much, it's not expensive. Get to the shop, buy something of 500 naira and you're good.
It's even less than 500.
There are some that are less than that.
Yes.
You could get yourself something and smell good. Some don't care. And it's very, very bad. I have an office where sometimes people walk into the office and I watch my colleagues and they just open all the windows. I'll be smiling in my office like, whoops, they've come in. And it's bad, like terribly bad. So people should they should understand that you're not living for yourself. You're living for people around you also. Because you can't keep going and people are covering their noses and you're inconveniencing people because of who you are. What does it take? Take a bath in the morning. If you take a bath in the morning, if you sweat, get the roll on, get whatever you need to get. If you, box are no cost again now, buy some, change all the changeables. Good, we're not like women.
What does that mean?
I mean, women have a lot to change. We, the men, we don't have much to change. A lot of things we don't change. We don't wash up a lot of places. Guys, just be you. Clean guy.
No, you still need to
go out.
wash.
Let me educate you.
No, doctor has
Let me
looked for
educate you.
trouble.
You have a lot of things to wash, please, so that you don't give people rancid balls. Okay.
Some of us have very active imaginations.
Oh my goodness.
I know the picture that popped into my mind when you said that.
Okay. So, do you like rancid balls? Rancid balls? Anybody? Rancid balls? Breakfast, lunch, dinner? Nobody likes rancid balls. I don't like rancid balls. So you got to wash it. Really wash it. The south side, I mean, the external male genitalia. You need to wash it properly, just like the women wash. Okay? Now, what is hygiene? Hygiene, or is that group of processes? Those processes that you go through to achieve health and well-being, be it personal hygiene, environmental hygiene, toilet hygiene. Hygiene is hygiene. You want to achieve cleanliness, good health and well-being at the end of the day. Now, when we talk about male hygiene, we are specifically referring to the male gender. And the hygiene starts from the top of the head. How many of us like our men with afros,
Nope.
dreadlocks, palms?
Well, I don't
I
mind
like
dreadlocks.
Coils. I like
I don't
afro.
mind dreadlocks if you're going to keep them clean. You know, very
I like
clean,
afro.
well oiled, well
I'm
groomed.
not too particular about how a man's hair is, low, high, or
Medium.
dressed, so long as it is neat and probably properly taken care of.
I like that. Now, properly taken care of is why we're talking about male hygiene. If you're the clean-cut variety like our comrade right here, clean-shaven, that's very easy. A lot of them do it alternate day, especially
Just
the ones
comb your
that
hair.
have the hair looking like that. The one that we call sekura in Nigeria, or moro, right?
Moro.
The skin cut.
Skin
Keep-
cut.
Keep the
That's
scalp.
what I actually
You were
prefer.
actually thinking seriously about what is moro chi.
I didn't know it either. But, I mean, every day is a learning
You
experience.
guys are elites,
You
that's
know?
why.
So you clean it really well. Like my husband, he has the skin cut variety.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
he does the alternate day shaving. If he doesn't go to the, where you have your hair cut and lose some weight, he does the alternate day one with the cream or the, what's they call it now?
Hair remover.
Clipper.
The clipper. Or even the plain razor, the one that comes in a long scalpel, you just do that. He does that. And then after you take care of your hair, the skin cut one is really, really easy to take care of. You jump in the shower, you do that. But you know what? Some people do not even realize that even with the skin cut one, you can still shampoo your scalp.
Yes.
You shampoo your scalp.
Yeah, of course.
You use the exfoliating cream on your scalp.
You're right.
You use the
Why?
balm because you want to make sure you
Dead
do not
skin.
have bumps.
Oh, bumps.
Bumps,
Okay.
and
okay.
you get you remove the dead skin, because if you don't remove the dead skin, it can get caught in between the hair follicle and start forming the bumps.
Dandruff.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And then you have all those scaling.
Dandruff.
All those scaling. So you want to take out all the hair
So
completely.
you exfoliate your scalp
Oh yes.
Yes.
with regular, like the regular
Yes,
face?
it says head and face, or it says head and neck.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Okay.
It says head and neck. So,
No, don't worry. We can,
so you do
we
that
can take it
for the
to,
men.
What?
we can take it to GNC. You can just
So for the men that do the skin cut one, so you do
Yeah.
all that. You shampoo, you use your exfoliating, you put the balm, you put the anti-balm cream, and then you oil it,
Okay.
the special oil for the scalp, and then it looks really neat. Of course, when you're doing the hair, you also do the face. They do what they call the manscaping. You manscape. If it's the sideburns, it's the beard, the goatee, the mustache.
Oh, wow.
You manscape. You trim, you shave, you put your balm so that you don't have the bumps as well. You put the aftershave lotion and make sure that the whole thing is really clean and neat.
That's another thing. As a guy, if you have to keep beards,
You know that thing?
If they do not even know that you can comb.
nice. I don't have, like I say, look, it's your look, it's what you want.
Yes.
But let it be orderly and neat. Not you sit down and you are doing that.
But you know the thing is that with the beard, they have all this kind of weird looks. You have the ones that you braid, you put in the ribbon, you put in the
Not a-
rings,
not a
you put all
fan.
sorts of things.
Yeah, Hollywood,
Not a
yeah.
fan.
Yes. And then you tie it up like that. You tie it up like that. What about the guy with the longest one in the world? Is in the Guinness Book of Records.
I'm
At
sure
least
he set
and
out
ties
to achieve
and all
something.
of something out
you
of
know?
it, you know?
So you shampoo. If you want to use the regular shampoo, you want to use the anti-dandruff shampoo, you should do shampoo every time you have a bath. Don't say once a week or all of that. Depending also on the length of the hair. You cannot do every day if you have really long hair, you have a really busy schedule. But if you go to the gym every day, please, you need to wash every day, because the sweat just
sweating
gathers
all
there.
over.
The pores are clogged. They can't breathe. They start smelling. They start breathing bacteria. You see ringworm and you see dandruff and all of that. So you wash, you dry with the hair dryer. Men use hair dryer if they have long hair. You dry, you condition, you shampoo, you style.
That's a lot for a man.
Yes, you can just like
Well, if you're planning to
But
keep
you
long hair,
The truth is,
You know?
you could follow the easy route.
skin cut.
Skin cut.
It's your choice.
And use a
It's
sponge.
your choice.
To
Yeah.
no, just
Once you
If
wash
you're, not
off,
if you're not allergic, you use a sponge. And then we come down to the face. We've talked about the manscaping and all of that. Then we talk about the mouth. Oral hygiene for the male. You do what you need to do. You brush
Is
your
it
teeth.
true that you have more men with mouth other than women? Is
It's
it
true.
who
Statistically.
who
Research, yes. Dentists.
Wow.
Dentists.
Why?
Dentists.
How?
You know everything. Everything is supposed
They
to have a
care less
statistic so that
about
you can
things
have
like that.
can have bankers bankroll your projects. If you do not have the numbers, a lot of people
Yeah,
don't
but
want
I
to
mean, it
bankroll.
sounds like a very basic thing to go and do a study about mouth odor.
Well, it's a big problem for a lot of people. It's a turn off. It's a no-no for a lot of people.
Yeah, naturally.
It's a make or break condition for some people.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
really, really important. Yes. So you go do your brushing in the morning and in the evening. You have your mouthwash handy for in between, especially if you have a little odor up there. Then remember that there are different types of toothbrushes: soft, medium, and hard. You decide which one is good for your teeth and for your gum. Remember, you're also taking care of your gum. Otherwise, it's going to start bleeding and you have blisters, all of that. Don't forget to also wash your tongue.
Very important.
Wash your tongue. And then when you're doing your oral hygiene, don't be in a hurry. Take your time. Give your mouth a proper wash.
And
Yeah.
Your
may I
tongue.
also add, you know,
And then remember to visit the dentist.
The general belief is that if you have mouth odor, you have mouth odor. But there are times when it's not because you have mouth odor. You've just not exposed your mouth for a long time, and it's like the mouth sour. I don't know what
Yeah,
that's
like when you're
okay.
fasting.
So I usually advise, yes, when you're fasting, I usually advise it does not harm anyone for you to gargle once in a while or keep sweet menthol in your bag. Just so you don't punish anybody unnecessarily. I mean, it's not right for you to just punish anyone with that kind of. So have mental that once in a while, if you feel you've not been in a conversation in a long time,
Talk to someone.
in a conversation in a long time, you can just pop.
And
So
there are
when you
certain
talk, you
diseases.
smell fresh.
There are
Yeah,
people,
I
there are people
was
that do
going to
not
say
have
illness.
There are people that do not like anything that is sweet. So the menthol will not work for them. But they have mouth freshness, breath freshness
Yeah,
everywhere.
you can just
You can
spray
even make yours if you want. You
Okay,
can,
how
yes,
do
you
you
can
make
make yours. You can use your regular mouthwash, put it in a spray can, a little spray can. Once in a while you do that, and then you remember to rinse out with water and don't swallow. You don't have to go and look for a mouthwash in the shop to buy. Yes, and then there are some certain diseases that you can actually tell that that person has that disease from the kind of odor emanating from their mouth, like diabetes. There's diabetes.
Yes. The
There's a
diabetes.
certain smell. Yes. There's a certain smell that comes out of the mouth of a diabetic, and you say this person is diabetic.
And there's nothing you can do about that.
There's
really.
nothing. It's actually not repulsive. It's like a medical kind of smell.
Medical.
It
Well,
doesn't,
you're a doctor,
it doesn't
so
put
you
you off.
know, but it's the same thing with, I'm not stigmatizing against people with HIV, but a couple of people, because I've done a lot of work with people living with HIV, I noticed that somehow some of them smell a certain way. Is it the same
It's all of the
thing?
medication they are taking.
The antiretroviral, that was called, that they take, right?
Even when you
but I don't know
some
why
of
it
them
smell
that
like
did
that.
not start their medication on time, they actually have a certain fascia, a certain infusion to the skin on their face. As if, you know the way at the back of an orange is?
Yeah.
There's a way that their face is. If you have walked with them long enough, a lot of them have that look. So there's certain illnesses that comes with mouth odor.
Anyway, we've spent a lot of time on the head area.
We're coming down.
Let's
We're coming down. And
Are we at the
When she
armpits
finishes,
now?
there's a place I'm running to.
Are we
I
at
want
the
her to
armpits
finish.
now?
don't forget
Oh,
to go.
she's still on the neck.
Don't forget to see your dentist at least once a year. If you're one of those people that have soft dentition, then you see more often, so that they can catch any caries on time. Right? Now we're coming down to the pits, the underarm. Do you people like your men with hair
No.
down there?
No.
Hair down there?
No.
Hair down there?
It-
Hair down there?
it-
Do you
it
have hair
traps
down there?
sweat.
No.
You don't have. You shave? How often do you shave?
Very often.
What do you use?
For now, I used to use shaving stick.
Okay.
Then my wife introduced me to one cream.
Yes.
And I love the cream so
Yes.
much.
So use anything that you want to use, but shave it. But guess what? I have noticed a lot that in the modeling world, that having underarm hair for men
Is a
is a
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Now, let me explain. I once asked this thing, and usually you're talking about the other side, the West.
Yeah.
Even here.
Yeah, because we
Even
copy
you see
everything
models,
blindly.
yes.
We don't. Over there, first of all, the weather is very cold.
Yes.
You
Friendly.
gain nothing by removing it.
Yes.
That's one.
Hair to-
Two,
To keep you warm.
it is also considered to be part of the gay culture to remove the hair.
Yes. So that
So
people differentiate themselves.
heterosexuals tend to leave the hair
Yes.
because they're trying to send a
Yes.
message that this is my
not there.
leaning. Yeah? But over here, it does get quite hot.
But you see models exposing their underarm.
Yeah, I am saying that I'm not talking of models now. Models can even put a peacock on their head and everything. But I'm saying that based on societal, conceptions, it is considered that men who really groom, she had already said, who really go all the way and groom and remove all this hair and everything, lean the other way. So heterosexuals tend to want to have a slightly rougher look so that, you don't
Masculine. You don't mistake
yeah,
it.
they're more masculine. So there's that. There's also the fact that their weather is far more forgiving than
than
ours
ours,
is.
yes.
Now here, on a good day, and men ordinarily sweat more than women do.
Androgen to testosterone.
Okay, I didn't even know that was why.
Testosterone, yeah.
And then maybe you're on the other side.
Excuse me.
It's pretty sunny most days. You sweat a lot, and you're leaving all that hair there. For who?
See, no matter
the
what you
ladies to
decide,
inhale.
no matter what your leaning is, you want to leave a bush, a forest, you want it to be as clean and smooth as a baby's butt, keep it clean.
And those are the people who want to hug you the most. Like,
And the
I
moment
mean,
they do like that, you want to...
you want to run.
And then you lay your head on their arms.
And you're leaning away and the person is
So please, keep your... Whether you decide to keep your underarm hair, whether you decide to shave it clean, there are lots of things to do to make that place smell really good.
Okay.
Wash whenever you have a bath, twice a day. Give that place an extra wash. Dry it out.
What of chest hair?
Oh, the same thing. The same thing. You can wax
You
it
take
off.
care of that when you're taking your bath.
Yes.
Exactly.
So we're coming to that part. So you wash, clean. If you like deodorant, the roll-on, the air freshener, the powder, there's even something that is called an underarm pad.
Oh,
For
wow.
people, yes,
sweat a
it's
lot.
herbally made. Not even just because. And then when you're washing, you're also looking out for something else. What are you looking out for? You're looking out for any changes in the sac that may indicate testicular cancer.
What kind of changes in
The
skin
size,
color?
Skin color, size, tenderness, and lumps.
Man, I hope you're listening.
Skin color, size, tenderness, lumps. in the sack. That's the balls. So that's what I'm saying. You need to wash those balls so that when you're having an intimate moment with your woman or your girlfriend or your wife, she doesn't want to taste. She doesn't want to taste rancidness. All right. So now you wash the balls properly. Do not use scented soap. And use warm water, lukewarm water, or cold water, regular water, room temperature. Hot water is not good for it.
I don't know any soap that is not
especially
scented.
for the sperm. You want to be able to make your wife pregnant.
No, seriously, I don't know any soap that is not scented.
So they have.
There are unscented soaps out there.
They're actually
They're
out
out
there.
They're rare, but they're
They're
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
you shouldn't use scented soap?
yes, use unscented soap
Why?
because a lot of the chemicals that induce the scent is not very friendly, even to the women's vaginal area.
Okay.
The male vaginal area, the male external genitalia the temperature is like 5, the pH is like 5.
And that's, so
For
that's
the
what they
women-
advise you shouldn't wear tights
Yes.
on this.
For the
especially male.
women is 7 to 8. So you give it a thorough wash, right? Now, for men who are not circumcised, you pull back the foreskin and you wash thoroughly. If you do not do that, there's something that is called the smegma. It's like, you know, like the female external genitalia self-cleanses. So we have juices coming out of there. The men also have, but theirs is not as much as ours. So those little juices, the pre-ejaculate, they form on the tip and then they drip down into the foreskin, and then they form the smegma. And then when you pull back the foreskin, you see something that looks like the discharge from candida.
That is
It's cheesy,
so
but
much
that is not.
information.
That is not because you have herpes or because you have an STD. It's just a natural inhabitant of that particular area.
If you don't clean properly.
Yes. So you need to pull back the foreskin and give it a good wash. Not aggressively because that place is very tender. It's going to start hurting and it's going to start peeling and have bruises. So you pull back and you wash properly and you pull back up and then you wash the entire length of the shaft. Now, another part of the crotch that people do not wash is the crotch, the side itself, the right and left side that joins to the hip. And for some people, I've worked in medical practice, you look at them, they pull down their pants, you want to do one or two things, some neutral physical examination, you see white patches, fungal infection, really, really bad looking. And you see them itching like crazy. It's called the jock itch. They itch like crazy. It's because they do not give it a good wash. So you spend some time, you give it a good wash. Even if you have hair down there that is protecting you or you prefer to shave, leave the hair, but just wash. And they also have beautiful products for that area. For washing, for making it smell good, for combing it, just manscaping it. And then, of course, there's the area between the external genitalia and the anal orifice called the perineum. You also need to wash before you go to the anal orifice. Wash properly, and then you wash the butt crack coming up. What did I say that I want them to take home? Pull back your foreskin, wash out the smegma.
That's for the uncircumcised.
For the uncircumcised, please examine your balls whenever you have a wash because early detection is key to preventing prostate cancer or testicular cancer. So you check for the size of the balls, check for lumps, check for tenderness when you do that. Don't use hot water. It is not good for the sperm. Use lukewarm water, warm water, or regular water, yes. And then please wash morning and evening. If you cannot have a bath, you're so tired, wash it only. Dab water under your armpit, especially if you're going to coil up to your wife at night.
Yes, talking about curling up to your wives at night. Dude, if you're not getting enough action, it doesn't necessarily mean your wife is seeing somebody else. She doesn't leave you anymore. She doesn't love you anymore. Sometimes it's just because you smell.
The same thing for the women too.
No, I mean like seriously, yeah, for the women too. But today,
and he has a bad oral hygiene. You
just want to politely be like, sweetheart, I'm so tired right now. You know, and if that continues over a while, instead of imagining that she has kept like 9 lovers outside, she doesn't love you anymore, it's because you didn't give her any money. Just, when you bath, take extra time.
Freshen up
Properly. Try and do that more regularly when you come in from work in the evening. And then observe again, there might be a change. If there's a change, you know that that's what you were doing wrong. Because it's very, very difficult to communicate
There are lots of
these
beautiful
things.
products out there.
Sometimes.
Moving
Smell
to the
nice.
feet.
Doesn't have to be the designer one.
You know, men wear socks more often than females.
We're coming down there, darling.
Yeah, that's the next
We're
point.
coming
we're going
down
to,
there,
right?
yes.
Like, it's a big issue because
coming
sometimes
down
even
there.
in the office, a guy knocks their feet off the shoe and the whole place is
Changed.
We're coming down there.
But the guy leaves,
Now,
and you
before-
weren't around when he came, but he leaves, you come and like, this person was here.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh
you
my
know,
goodness.
you know him with that smell.
Exactly.
Now, before we leave the crotch area, okay, men can also have candidiasis.
Oh, whoa.
Yes. Okay? Because the natural living bacteria down there. When you give it the right environment and condition, it will proliferate. So you need to keep the place clean. What about that boxers? How often should they wash their boxers? And how often should they change their boxers? The same thing with the innerwear. The one that we call the what now?
The
Singlet.
singlets.
Don't wear your singlet more than once. Because the job of the singlet and the job of the boxer, apart from protecting your, your heirloom, your family heirloom, it keeps the place snug and nice, right? And you fart
All
in
the
there,
secretion,
you
everything.
pee, you poop, and sometimes you don't do a very good job cleaning. Remove your boxers every day you come back, put it in the laundry.
Let
the
me-
same thing with the singlets.
Let me quickly
once
ask
a day.
the man
Once a day, yes.
What is the proper protocol for boxers? You wear a pant and then your boxers, or
No.
just the boxers?
The boxer.
The boxers and then you,
Only the
then you
boxers.
trouser, yes.
The trouser.
Just about
Some people don't like boxers, they wear pants. That's how.
Yeah, some
That's
guys
why they
don't
have
like
all sorts. They have the
But just
speedos,
make it
everything.
loose.
Yes. Now we're going down to the feet. Men, if you can manicure, you can also pedicure.
Bam.
If you can do once a month, if you have the resources, once a month. I know some people who do every 2 weeks. Wash if you cannot do. If you don't want to do you don't even have to go to a pedicurist to have it done. You can do it at home. Get your pedicure set. If you cannot afford the pedicure set, buy a 20 naira razor blade. All those other little scissors.
Also nail cutter.
Nail cutter.
I
and
think
all of
the
that. They come-
Blackstone works fine.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
coming
for
there
your
too.
friend now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's a nail now.
I'm coming to that part too. My mom had Blackstone until she died.
I have one
May
in
her
my
soul rest
bathroom.
in
I have
peace.
one.
And I never saw anybody that had a neat feet as my mom. It was a daily scrub for her. Daily scrub.
I have one in my
I
bathroom.
grew up seeing that in our bathroom.
Yes,
Yeah.
daily
I grew up
scrub.
using it.
So you don't have to go and buy all this newfangled scrub, this scrub, that. Go and get yourself a Blackstone. Okay? It has
Works very well.
It has those pores. They just exfoliate, just scrub
dead
and scrub.
skin,
As you're
That is
taking
it.
a bath, you just do that quickly. And
Because let's not be as if we're talking about pedicure. Who has money to go and do pedicure? 5,000, 15, Blackstone. If you don't want to buy Blackstone, they have the scrubbing stuff in the market there. Go and buy. It's anywhere from 100 naira, depending on the size, to 2,000 naira. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Wash in between your toes. Make sure that there's
The washing
nothing
in
hanging
between
there.
the toes is very,
Important.
very important
Yes.
for men because
Make sure that there's
that's where
nothing
the
hanging-
bad smell come
Yes.
out from our feet.
Make sure that there's
Going
nothing
between the
hanging in there.
toes.
Yes, yes.
Trim your nails. When you finish trimming your nails, you poke inside the nail bed. Remove anything that is hanging there. And please, your socks, you not wear one socks 1 month. Change it every
you
day.
shouldn't even wear it the
Because
next day.
yes,
Socks 1 month.
change it every day. Every day. No. Okay? So when you put your sock on, you put your shoe on, you go to work 9 to 5. By the time you come back, you spend like 12 hours outside of the house. But probably in one little office, air conditioner is not working right, or it's broken, or whatever. And then you come home and you remove your... People want to die. So do you want to wear that same sock the next day? Come on. Come on. You're just going to give the natural living bacteria living on your feet the opportunity
Room
to
to
grow.
grow.
And then the next thing you start having
ahead,
ringworms, athlete's foot, bunions, and all of that. You shouldn't do that to yourself.
I quite agree with everything you just said.
Yes.
But I always talk to people also who are watching us who might not be able to afford to change their stockings on regular basis. Now, as well as the boxer, the singlets. But we all have water.
Simple and soap.
We all have soap.
There's sun.
There's sun. Even
There's
if it's,
iron self.
There's iron. So even if you can't afford to get, because it may not be easy for one person
If
to...
you have two, you're
Yes.
you're good to go.
If you
Yes.
have to,
At
you're
least
good
two.
to go. All you need to do is ensure that at every point in time, you wash
You
it.
wash.
When you come back at night and you have 2 stockings. One, because I learned this while I was in university. come back, you wash it, and you know that there's no sun to dry it.
Use a towel.
Now, after drying it, just go back to your fridge.
The back of the fridge.
The back of the
We
fridge.
mentioned that the last time we had the conversation on hygiene. The back of the fridge.
If you have someone
Yes.
has an AC.
But you know the thing now with this back of the fridge business, the fridges that they're making now do not have that rail.
That grill.
That used to, the rail that used
For you to
to
afford
be at the back.
For you to afford to buy that kind of fridge they're making
You
now,
should be able to-
you should be
have
able to have a
models.
lot of socks,
Yeah.
stockings. You should be able to have a lot of singlets.
Although some people
If you
put their
inherited it-
priorities in all the wrong
What if he
places.
inherited it? And
That's
then,
the
and
thing,
then apart
right?
from putting it behind the fridge, you put it under the fan.
Yes.
And then there's something that I did not go to boarding school, but there's something I learned that a friend of mine taught me. You get your towel, put it in between your towel. Somebody will hold one edge, or you do it by yourself.
you squeeze.
Take out as much water as you can.
It's just like
Then
you spread
Then,
it
then
on
spread
the
it.
dryer.
In the morning, it's ready.
It's ready. So it's not something.
You just have to be
because somebody might be
innovative.
watching what doctor is saying and saying, it's for big men. It's not for
It's
big
not
men.
for big men.
It's a
It's
habit
not for
that
big men.
men needs to develop. I've heard this story about this international Chinese movie actor. I'm not sure whether it's Bruce Lee or was it Jackie Chan. One
Jackie
of them.
Chan.
I'm not sure. He does not, as wealthy as he is, if he goes to a hotel or is at home, once he takes his boxers off, he will wash it.
Himself.
He will wash it.
It's something he
immediately.
grew up like
you know,
that.
You know,
It's something
ladies
he
do
grew
that
up doing.
more
Yes.
often. Like
I was
ladies are
gonna go
used
there.
to, once you take off your pan before, it's like a routine sometimes. You first wash it, you don't keep them until they are a box full before you wash. But it's rare for men to do that. But it's also possible for them to do that. Just wash and hang. So if you have 3, by the time you wash this one, you're done with the 2.
It's
This one is
important.
already dry.
Very, very.
But I'm going to take us down to some place. The women. Now, when I mean the women, I mean the mothers. You have a lot of role to play.
Yes.
True that.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it's a habit. Once you form this habit growing up, it's difficult to break.
Yes.
That's true.
And mothers are known to teach girls about hygiene.
They don't teach
and
the guys.
neglect teaching the boys.
Mothers, wake
About
up.
hygiene.
No, and you wake
Yes.
up. And now the mothers,
It's a two-way
the
thing.
mothers didn't do their jobs. The man now gets married, and the wife wants to teach him.
He doesn't
And
want to
he
learn.
gets upset.
He gets upset.
He doesn't want to learn.
It becomes a big
Yeah,
issue.
because-
What? Can you brush your teeth before you come to bed? And you get angry.
Growing
Tell him
up,
to change
it
your
wasn't
boxer,
an
change your
issue,
singlet, and
so
he's
he
upset.
thinks you are.
And that's a fact.
However, in homes where they're lucky enough to have children of both sexes, I don't think there's anything wrong with both parents engaging with both sexes
At the same time.
At the same time.
Yes.
So mothers, I feel, should get out of this mindset of, I need to focus on my daughters.
Yeah.
Work on your daughters, work on your sons. Fathers have a role to play. Work on there's this fallacy that women should raise girls. I disagree.
wrong.
It's wrong.
It's
It's
wrong.
completely wrong.
There's a big role fathers play
Play.
in
Very big,
making
yes.
Big role.
in making a young girl grow up confident.
Yes, especially
yes.
imparting leadership qualities.
Exactly.
Engage her, talk to her, especially about boys and things like that. And mothers should also learn to talk to their sons about, listen, the truth is, if you sweep this place, you won't drop dead.
Exactly.
If you make your bed, it's all good.
Yes.
You know,
If you learn how to cook,
You know, I think
an
parents,
advantage.
parents should
It
do
has a
both kids.
lot.
My parents,
both sexes,
my parents,
linear.
I don't know what cloth my parents were cut from, but that was what they did for us. Do you know my brother is even a better cook than his wife? Both my brothers. May my other brother so rest in peace. They're better cooks than their wives.
Do they actually cook?
Yes.
And that's different because there are lots of
see
men
how
who
young
can
they
cook
are.
that don't.
That is how my
Second
brothers
thing is also when a man can cook, it also depends on the wife eventually. My husband is a good cook, but he rarely cooks these days. And I think I will take responsibility for that because I want to do it. My
And that's
son, my
okay.
son cooks.
Good.
He's just 12, but he
Good.
can wake up in the morning and whip up breakfast for everybody. Make egg and set the breakfast table. Yeah, he does that.
Yes.
He can make his own noodles and little things like that.
Yes.
He fixes them. But sometimes I have a friend whose husband loves to cook, but she wouldn't let him.
Yeah,
In fact, when I visited, he was like, I could make the best pancake, but your friend would not let me. I mean, there's always one fault or the other she will find if I'm the one that made it. But every other person will eat it and be like, you make the best pancake. in the
However,
world.
we are
But
digressing.
sometimes
Let's just come back.
I want to start to finish so that I'll point us to where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, because
take
a male child's confidence grows when he is tutored by his mom or his dad.
Yes. Both of them together.
I didn't get up to be uptight and neat. I lost my mom when we were very tender. But my elder sister, may her soul rest in peace too, did a good job. She made sure that after we had finished playing, you know, as a child, you would run home, you're tired, you want to sleep.
Yes.
She would wait for me. When I would have slept and maybe snoring, she would just come and pour me water.
Oh my God.
And bath.
Yes.
And she had a way of making it so annoying to me
must have hated that day.
out of anger, I would rush to the bathroom.
Yes.
And I would go have my bath. She would watch me and say, you've not scrubbed this well, you've not scrubbed this well. She followed up, and before I could know it, it had become a part of me.
Yes.
And
You don't want to be woken up.
no!
It's better you just do
Now,
it.
we transfer that to our children.
Yes.
If you hear us talk, if I tell my son, you marry a wife now, she'll tell you your mouth is smelling. Will I talk to you? And he wouldn't want to hear that.
Exactly.
He would just go to the bathroom, he pick his toothbrush. Because I learned what my sister did to me, and it helped me.
Yes.
And if we could learn to start this culture
them young.
early, if we start this culture early, because it doesn't matter whether you have money or you don't have money. Money does not bring neatness.
It doesn't.
Money does not. The fact that you have money, there are very rich people that when they pass, you just ask yourself, who is next? You must, it's something you have to be conscious about, and you grow yourself into it. Train your children, both the male and the female. Make sure you are consciously looking at it, because the doctor has been saying about the body, but there are so many of us, if you come into our car, you run out.
No, we haven't finished though.
Why?
Oh my God.
It's untidy, it's smelling. Smelling.
My sister.
We drop things
You will drop
everywhere.
dead from shock.
Yeah.
They live in the car. Discarded food containers, bottles of underwear, books, paper.
Underwear.
I'm telling you.
Lying
this
inside
is-
the car.
I have seen.
The car is very active.
I have
isn't
seen.
it?
I have seen. Not once, not twice. A family member too. I'm telling
Anyway,
you.
I was going to say, you uttered a fallacy.
What was it?
We don't all have access to water.
It's true.
Okay. Again.
And
True.
I'm going
It was
to...
an oversight.
Yes.
I'm talking from...
Yeah.
There's a certain
Perspective.
class of us that
Yes,
have ready
yes,
access
yes,
to water.
you're right,
but
that's
it's
right.
Not everybody.
You're
In
right.
some places, water is a bit of a luxury. However, even from people who come from those seriously disadvantaged situations, you can tell who is naturally clean, and who is
not.
naturally
Naturally
dirty.
dirty.
Yes.
The naturally dirty person will always find a way to show up smelling. Meanwhile, he lives in the same environment with the other
Where the
person
other person
who
is
manages to
coming
come in always, maybe he has just 3 clothes,
But they're neat.
but they're always clean.
They may be threadbare, but they're neat.
They're threadbare.
Yes.
They're old, but they're clean. They're pressed.
They
and
don't
he's
smell.
not smelling.
Yes.
Then there's this other person who will always show up rumpled, filthy, smelling. And for me, like in the course of work, I've had instances where I've had to live in communities where water was a serious problem. Even drinking water, they have to fetch it and wait for it to settle before they scoop what's on top.
Put alum.
Or use alum and things like that. If you give me 3 sachets of water, I'm good.
To take a bath.
I know the places I wash.
Of course.
Yeah.
Here,
Here.
I prioritize.
Down there.
My nether
Down.
parts.
Yes.
Very front
The
and
feminine
back.
bits.
My feminine bits, front and back. My armpits. I brush my mouth, wash my face.
That's it.
3 sachets of
fresh.
water, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm fresh.
And
You're
then
fresh.
wipes.
And you dab and clean yourself.
clean yourself.
And
No,
you
that
And then you have the
that
disposable
research
wipes,
of
body
water,
wipes.
of water trick I learned in camp. Potiskum, Damaturu.
You understand?
Yobe State.
Okay.
That's where I learned that one, because
Okay.
water wasn't a luxury, but it was a bit of a luxury.
It was hard to come by.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, so there's no excuse. You can manage water enough that you don't go around the whole place being ungrateful to God.
Okay.
Because that's what I call it.
Yes.
God gave you this beautiful, healthy body. It's healthy, it's functional, it's everything, and you're not maintaining it.
Exactly.
Some, like we said, it's not about money. Some people are middle class or even wealthy, and they smell. Back when I was covering the National Assembly, you know, the way it's structured, journalists sit up there, so you get almost a full view.
Yeah,
of the,
bird's eye view.
There was a senator that used to spit on the carpet.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I'm not going to
He used to
mention
chew
his name.
cola?
Yes, he would chew cola and spit. And unfortunately, he used to sit near a really elegant
Lady.
female senator. I used to, because they sit in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
So everybody used to feel for that woman, because she's this, you know, kes type. She's not in the Senate anymore. But by virtue of the fact that they had to sit next to it, this dude didn't care. He was a former governor, now senator. And you'd be up there and you see him. You know, we used to
Maybe
wonder
someone should
what
have done a video of him and
we
put it
used
out
to
there.
wonder
Wouldn't
what
have
is
changed
this man
anything.
always
You
looking at.
would have social media goes viral.
This was before the days of social media.
Stay hygiene.
You know, so we up there we'd be wondering, what's this guy who is looking at periodically on the ground? It was the cameramen that said, no, he's not looking at anything, he spits.
Oh my goodness.
He spits out that cola on the carpet, and the place is carpeted. It was
Yes,
always
it
spitting.
is. Red.
And you'd constantly find this woman doing this. Or because what is she supposed to tell this person who
Nothing.
is her age mate and former
Hello,
governor?
She
You
can't.
understand?
She can't.
You understand?
Oh, boy.
So it's not even about where you are
Yes,
on the
it's not about-
social
it's
strata.
class
It's
or
about
money.
your mentality.
And how you grew up.
And how you grew up.
Yes.
Maybe you
Again,
grew up
so
in
that-
an environment where that's okay.
Yes,
but
so that-
now you're sitting in a carpeted space.
Yes, so that we do not digress too much. You missed one of the conversations we had on one of the shows about what women don't like about men and all of that. And I want to go back to that a bit, not talking about what we don't like about men, but talking about the hygiene aspect of male hygiene. What is with you guys and the bathroom? You want to
Yeah,
take
the-
you
the
want
not
to do
flushing
number one,
properly
you want to
and
do
all
number
that.
two, you don't flush.
You
You
use
don't
your
clean.
towel, you dump
don't
it.
take the seat up. You use your towel, you don't spread it back so that it will dry. You have a bath. By the time you leave the bathroom, it looks like World War III had happened there. You shaved into the sink.
And then you leave it
You
there.
leave it there. You poop, you pee, you leave it there. You have a bath, salts are all over the place, on the bathtub, on the
I'm
floor.
so sorry.
The ground is wet.
You guys
The
look like-
towel.
You know what she's saying? No, what she's saying.
What is
Why
it?
she's saying this, I can't imagine myself walking to a toilet and it's dirty and I was just...
You even do number one or number two, you don't wash your hands and you're looking for who
I
to tap.
was coming to that.
What is that?
I was coming to that.
What is it?
The part of,
K4.
part of hygiene also should be, you should also consider the people around you.
Yes, absolutely.
You sneeze.
Have mercy on
You
them.
sneeze. And you should consider going to the nearest place to wash your hands.
Or have a sanitizer.
There's a sanitizer there. There's water there. There's soap there. There's a towel there. There are wipes there. But they don't want to use
It
anyone.
goes down to what I said, culture and orientation.
But like the one I said earlier, you're flushing the toilet, you want to pee. The moment you whip the external genitalia out, you're standing over the WC, you flush the toilet, the pee is coming out.
I
The
don't know
toilet
if it's
is
to
done.
disguise the
When
sound
toilet
of
is
the
done
pee. I don't
flushing, the
understand.
pee is still coming out. You walk away. You have just wasted 10 liters of water and
it actually it had a lot to do
What
with
is
orientation.
going on?
Also, because even, well, believe it or not, we're talking about men, but some women are like that too, because of how they were brought up.
Orientation.
Yeah,
So
and
if you're not
you
brought up to
can't
be
give what
clean,
you don't have.
exactly, you can't be
If
clean.
your mother is dirty, she's not
Yes.
going to raise you to be
But
clean.
if your spouse or a loved one is hounding you about it for years and years, can you please not change? Can you not change,
It has
please?
caused a lot of problems in
I
some homes.
forgot about
Yeah.
it. You forget about it 365 days in a year.
It's caused a lot of problems
Come
in homes.
on.
Unacceptable.
Please.
You see
please.
the woman trying to correct the man, and the man is trying to say, please, I'm not your baby, and it gets out of hands, and something happens, the woman becomes
I
tired.
know a couple, when they were dating, this was what the guy kept doing. He will not take the toilet seat up. He will pee. He will mess up the toilet seat. He will not clean. He will not flush. They will share the same toothpaste. He will take from the middle instead of from the bottom, pushing up. He will not cover. The whole place is just messed up. She kept telling him, he said, When they got married and she saw that he wasn't changing. One day this man came back, this lady had packed and left. When they asked her, what is it? I begged him. We talked about it. He refused to accept responsibility for his actions. I'm done.
But let me come in here.
It was that bad for her.
On a scale of, like for me, the way I, try to operate within my space is this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much is this particular thing an
problem.
issue in my life?
Yes.
Wet towel on the bed. I'm sorry, my husband is guilty.
Poor man.
But I have formed the habit so that I don't have unnecessary friction with him. It comes from a place of absent-mindedness, not carelessness or recklessness on his part. He usually has a lot on his mind and he forgets this. And so I have formed the habit where instead of setting him off on his way daily with a frown on my face because there's wet towel on the bed, as he's dropping it, I picked it. It's up there. He also will, lift and up, put it back. I walk in, I put it, I do my business, and I've
High five for that. High five for that.
No, seriously,
Because I do the same thing.
My husband
I've
never made it an
need to
issue.
make it an
I do the
issue.
same thing.
Oh,
As for the
I'm a good man.
toothpaste, it was an issue when toothpaste tubes were made of aluminium.
Yes, now that it's
So
glass,
if you press in the
rubber,
middle, you trap what's
The one behind.
Now it's made of plastic.
Just push it up.
So you can press at the top.
same
It
thing.
doesn't matter.
The same
It will
thing.
still all come out at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Same
So don't worry. Like the thing, of course, I don't want to wake up every
I
day
love
and
her
see-
remedy.
No, really. There are tiny things that really don't matter.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to
For
10,
some people, it
they are
drives them crazy.
To me, they're
To
inconsequential.
me also, is it
Yeah, just-
consequential?
I've made up my mind that they will not drive me crazy.
Everything must be
Exactly, that is it.
No, I'm
Make
like
up your
that.
mind that they must,
When I
they
was
will not drive you
single,
crazy.
when I was single, one time I noticed that when people would visit me, they would sit like this, and when they were leaving, they would be arranging cushions. And I stopped and I stepped back, and that was me. You are not yet out the door. I'm adjusting my cushions.
Madam, speak and span.
You know, I don't. As
people will start getting
you know, you're there. You just had your drink. You're keeping this thing on the
You're
ground and
grabbing
keeping
it.
it for you on the
Exactly.
table. So people,
Subconsciously.
yes,
Yes.
so people started being like this around me, and I was like, no. You need to step back. You know, and I brought that with me into my marriage. My husband is not a dirty person. I can handle one sock out of the way, a pair of shoes not lying in the right place. And for me, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's the most insignificant thing ever. This thing is not in the right place. I take it and put it away and everything, so that I'm not having unnecessary friction with him every
Exactly.
day over toothpaste, toothbrush, towel on the bed.
But you know that there's a small percentage of
That's for
people
me.
that have OCD. They
Yes.
are obsessive compulsive compulsive
I understand
disorder.
that thing is a mental disorder.
It
Yes,
is.
it
It's
is.
part of the mental health challenge that a lot of people have.
Yeah,
so for
so-
those kind of people, maybe that other lady that walked out, maybe she has OCD.
She might
those
be a
ones,
little
even in the
OCD
office,
maybe.
when
They
they come,
cannot.
they will move the stapler.
They cannot. So if you have a
It
partner,
must be there.
they
That's
have
where it's
if you
supposed to
have
be.
a
If you put
partner
it
that
here.
is like that, please
minute.
reconsider your toilet habits or your personal hygiene where the
And you know,
person is.
another
You're driving
thing-
the person
Another
crazy.
thing, Doc, from what Divan said,
Yes.
when you develop the habit of when he drops it, you pick it.
As he's dropping, I
after
picked
a
it. So
time,
it's not an
he
issue.
becomes conscious of it
True.
and starts doing it right.
True.
Yes,
True for you.
yeah, because
After some time, he
he's
realizes
not
that
Not all of them will.
he's much better now with that than he was
it will not
when
be
we
all the
first got
time. It might
married.
not be.
Well,
he's
I'm
not
in
perfect.
mistake.
He has improved with the wet towel thing,
I
but
love-
every now and then he will
I
forget.
love what Divan has just
So,
said.
yeah.
Now, it's good you know your spouse's
Yes.
area.
Yes. Make sure that they don't have
Th- that's-
OCD.
Yes.
Because if they have OCD,
That is horrible.
that thing is driving them crazy.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You can put them in a nut house.
Mental, yes.
You can put them in a nut
I
house.
love to have a very beautiful house. Well cleaned, well kept, and everything. And it had a little, because in my work time, I stayed more alone than with my family until we moved into Abuja. So at a point, I lived in a hotel, and it was easy for me
Yeah.
to operate because I go out, I come back, everything
Everything
is
is
okay.
spick and span.
And my wife was like, go ahead. And at a point, it was becoming a problem. Because when I moved with my family, you see your guy, children will come and be children around.
Of course.
So at the point I was getting angry, and I asked myself, guy, you're no longer staying alone.
And you're not
Get
in a
used to
hotel.
it. Get used to it. And I got used to it. Now, I used to, once I'm back, my basket is there. I remove my shirt, it goes straight to the basket. I remove my shoes, it goes straight to the place. I remove my boxer, it goes to the basket, and I'm done. Then I'll sleep, but with the children around, you have to learn to understand it. And gradually, I've taken to it, because you must not always, you can't keep pushing them about or else you become mad.
Yeah.
So gradually, and as they grow up, we begin to teach them on how to understand to keep it. Now, when he drops it, and I'll tell him, go pick it, put it back. Pick it, put it back. So he has learned now that he will not
This is
just,
how
sometimes
to
he now
do it.
uses his leg, throws it up, he grabs it, he now puts it back where
The
it should be.
important thing
I
is
do
you're
that
putting it
with
back.
learning. I do that
gradually
for my
he's
kids.
Learning.
Exactly.
Now, there's something I missed out. For the men whose feet usually smell, it may not be as a result of your stockings also. It could be because of the sweaty nature of your shoes.
Yes.
Okay.
Tight shoes too.
Yes, airing
And
shoes
the kind of leather it's
could
made from.
cure that without you spending any money.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, when you just get back, instead of pushing the shoe, putting the stockings inside the shoe and putting it inside the drawer, remove the stockings from the shoe, take it to where it could either see the AC, the fan, or the natural,
Outside, yes.
and you see your shoe fresh the next day.
Yep.
You're not spending money. And these are things you ought to do consistently. And before you know it, it becomes a part of you.
Yes.
And on that note, we'll wrap up today's
Are you kidding?
talk on hygiene. They say time flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
It was, I think it was an enlightening one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah? And so, again, we'll start from my far right. Okay, we started this way, but we'll start this way this time. Chi?
I am Chi. Oh, you helped me out already.
Yeah.
Kumar Haka is my name. Thank you.
Dr. Brahma is my name, Dr. B for short. I hope we have been able to teach you one or two things today.
Rita is the name. Thank you for being with us. We look forward to having you on another conversation.
The topic once again was male hygiene, and I will be ending on the note of don't sweat the small stuff. See you again another time.